Hey friends, it's Michael Kostroff. Um, you know, I've been teaching this class, Audition Psych 101, for like 20 years. And it's about the psychology of auditioning. And um, I teach some philosophies that might be unusual, but that are nevertheless based on field-tested knowledge and truth. And I'm often asked if I really live by what I teach, and I do. I do. And one of the things I talk about is that so much of how you experience your life and your life as an actor has to do with how you choose to interpret things, how you frame things, right? And the mantra that I live by, and many of you know this because some of you have taken Audition Psych 101, in fact, probably most of you, my mantra in my career is you're not getting the fucking job. And here's why. Most of the time you don't. And so if everything's focused on getting the fucking job, something that rarely happens, you're going to be very disappointed a lot of the time. And I have really learned to love the steps along the way, love just being an actor, love just being in the game, and not and really low expectations. So here's what happened recently. Things have been slow for me. Actually, I came back from doing a play. I've had no auditions since, and I'm booked to do a play in Chicago, right? So of course, like the week before I leave, I get an audition for an enormous part in a film, a larger part than I usually get seen for. And it films in Ireland, which is fantastic. And of course it conflicts with Chicago, but of course. Great part. And I do the self-tape. I really enjoy playing the part. I won't tell you about it because it could be a spoiler. Even, you don't know what film it is, doesn't matter. But anyway, it was a really, really great part, juicy. And the next day, they called to check my manager, and they said, we just want to confirm that Michael is available for these dates. I'm like, okay, so here we go. It's going to conflict with Chicago, and I'm in limbo, but high-class problems, right? I didn't get it. And I want you to understand how fine I am with that and why. First of all, as I always try to remind actors, it's the norm. There are always more actors auditioning than actors who book the role, by a lot. So most of those people are not going to get the part. That's just math. It's just math. It's just statistics. It's numbers, and so the normal outcome of any audition is not a role, not a job. And I just, years ago, I just realized we were just putting all our focus on trying to manipulate this outcome that we can't control anyway. And I've learned to just enjoy. I got to play this guy. I got to play this guy in my self-tape. The part was all mine. There was no other guy in this room playing that part. And I'm celebrating that. That was fun. I got to be an actor that day. I hadn't had a lot of auditions, so I was excited to get some material to work on. And also the fact that I was invited to audition for this big part, which is bigger than most of the things that I've done, that's an honor. I don't lose that. That's very exciting. And the fact that they were seriously considering me because they checked my dates with my manager, and it just turned out there were two other candidates who they were more inclined towards. Those are all wins. And then you think about, wow, my agents they noted that. They noted that I was being taken seriously for a huge feature film, big supporting role. So that's a win. And also my self-esteem. I feel like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm not retired yet. So that's a decision. That's a decision of how to look at things. And I believe it's the sensible one. I'm not positive thinking. I'm not vision boarding or manifesting. I'm celebrating what is, that's good. It's a practice that I've had to develop because I was a pretty unhappy fellow when I was young. And the way out of that tunnel for me has been identifying, okay, this meal right here, this is cool. Right at this moment, I'm making a video that actors are going to watch that may help actors. That's a good little moment. They're not all good. So I try to circle them and string them together. It starts to look like a happy life. So you got to do that in your careers. It's very important. I always say that if I were as mentally healthy in the rest of my life as I am in my career, I'd have it made, because I'm really pretty balanced in the career department and a complete mess every place else. But that's neither here nor there. You can always choose at every turn to choose the bitter or choose to celebrate. Now, it helped that I had this job coming up in Chicago. Of course it did. Of course it did. Of course it made this even less disappointing. But even that's a choice, because I know actors who'd say, well, I guess I'm not going to be in the big film, and they'd be bitter that like the play is second best or a consolation. You know, any part you are doing, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other actors wanted, and you got it. That's why I don't want to ever hear you say it's just a co-star, or it's just a student film, or it's just, there's no just. Other people wanted that part. They picked you. It's a win. So I swear I'm not trying to positive think you, because I don't believe in talking yourself into something that's not true and not real. But this is real. You know, all the benefits of this part that I didn't get are real. And also I got to play the part. And that was really fun. I got to be an actor that day. Most of the time, that's all you get. So training yourself to go, well, that's cool, is great. I encourage everyone to embrace my mantra, you're not getting the fucking job. And I know people go, that's so negative. Well, you know what? It's also accurate. Most likely, you're not getting the fucking job. Not because you're not good or talented or worthy or called to this profession or any of the rest, just because there are so fucking many of us. That's why you're not getting the job. But I find it takes the pressure off. Since I'm not getting the job, I'm just going to play the role the way I want to play it. And man, that is the most freeing thing. It's like, oh, somebody else is going to get the part, but I get to do it today. So I'm going to, I stopped trying to calculate how to book it. Anyway, I really could go on about this for hours, because it's the subject of this workshop I've been teaching for so long, and it's really my passion, is sharing these ideas with actors. But I hope that none of you will express sympathy that I didn't get the part, because I'm really okay with it. You know what else? And this may be the most corny, sentimental thing I'm going to say to you. The part didn't go away. Another actor got that call. Another actor is going to Ireland. And with as few victories as there are in terms of the booking side of our life as actors, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for the actor who's going to Ireland to do this great part in this great film. I really am. And all of that is just easier on my heart and my mind and my nerves and my ability to sort of continue to surf along, to navigate along the surface of this crazy ocean of this career. All right, enough with the metaphors. If I go anymore, it's gonna be too many analogies. As always, I want your thoughts on this. And I hope, again, I don't tell you this so that I'm not showing off. I'm hoping to model this for you and inspire you to remember that there is always another way to frame it. There's always another way to frame it. Also, you're allowed to be, if you're upset about not getting a part, you're allowed to be upset about not getting a part. Certainly not shocked, though. Certainly not shocked, because it's what usually happens. And that's all I have for today. All right. Like I said, I'm very tempted to just keep talking for an hour, but I won't do it. I won't do that to you, because you all have better things to do with your day. So I will see you next week. We'll talk about something else. How's that? All right. See you then. Bye.